this tsunami was a catastrophe, a higher level. This is apocalyptic.
At Miami International Airport, Haitian Americans are still coming in 11 days after the earthquake. The scene is the same in airports across Florida. Forlorn faces of victims of the quake, aid workers, and those held captive in the shattered country show signs of exasperation and weary relief. They've all seen the hell of devastation.
It's probably a week and a half, or I don't know, 10 days later, and there's still people coming in. There's still people waiting for care.
This makeshift repatriation center is a purgatory of sorts, their first point of entry before they can return to their lives in America. For those lucky enough to have resident visas, they will start new lives with relatives here in the States. In this converted business class lounge, Red Cross volunteers and social agency workers listen intently to their newest clients.
There's a disaster, and then there's disasters.
Only a few recount what they've seen and survived.
The earth starts shaking, you know.
And that's why.
It's like the earth was like popping you up and start waving you like from east to west, west to east, and you know. And I just heard people crying, you know, calling Jesus, you know.
It's now up to the Department of Children and Families to get the distressed travelers home. The tickets aren't free, but for those without the means, taking the loan means the end of a harrowing ordeal. The DCF workers, military liaisons, and volunteers all wait on around-the-clock standby. Word of a plane's arrival often comes at a moment's notice.
Well, it's different. I mean, we've never done anything like this.
Many of these charter flights out of Port-au-Prince get diverted from Miami, as air traffic can only accommodate so many unscheduled flights. Just more disorder and a disaster plagued by poor communication and assistance slow to come.
I called him today.
First time?
Yeah.
First time?
Yes. Pas de prendre nouvelle moi-même. Les m'relé le pas ka joindre, les la prelé me pas ka joindre, m'a prelé le pas ka joindre. Le pas ka joindre l'autre.
They kept calling each other. They couldn't find each other. Today was the first time she's spoken to her husband.
Yeah, I'm dormant dans la rue, m'a encore depuis petite lampée.
She's just been sleeping in the street. Periods of calm here are undone by waves of new arrivals. By now, most survivors have shed dust-laden clothes, explains a DCF manager. But clean clothes don't mask the horror of loss and trauma of what they've seen and lived through.
J'ai perdu famille, moi, perdu yon sem. Maman à l'hôpital, papa à l'hôpital.
First-hand accounts mitigate reports of ungovernable desperation of Haitian people on the ground.
I was there. People are not being violent. I got let off in a strange country, 9 o'clock at night, with baggage on me, nowhere to go. I had to get to Port-au-Prince Hospital. The bus dropped me off at the wrong place. I'm in the middle of this. It's blacked out, and what happens is 3 guys come over and they say, "Are you American?" I said, "Yes." "What's the matter? You have a problem?" I said, "Yeah, I need to get to Port." They said, "We can't drive in there, but we can take you to the American Embassy." And they took me to the American Embassy, and somebody from the American Embassy then took me to Port-au-Prince Hospital.
It's a human tragedy, the proportions of which are heartbreaking and make it difficult to watch and equally difficult to listen to. Zufrain is now safe, but it's clear the memory of the tremors remain.
Est-ce que tu as entendu le tremblement de terre?
Tout hier. Hier soir, hier la journée toujours passée.
Chaque jour?
Chaque jour le passé. Hier soir le passé. Hier la journée le passé. Le passé chaque jour.
There were still tremors today.
Really?
Aftershocks today.
In this disaster, everyone is affected, those in Haiti and abroad.
I got my brother, my sisters over there. I got my daughter, my beautiful daughter. I love her so much. So it was terrible. It was a nightmare for me.
Despite the cataclysm, there were no plans to abandon the devastated island. They all planned to return.
Il y a quand même d'espoir parce que moi je suis jeune, je peux dire un jour retourner à mon pays pour l'aider.
Bon, je vais retourner quand même ce pays, je comprends. Je vais retourner quand même.
Whatever you can do to help another person in need, just do it.
Reporting from Miami, Florida, Stacey Samuel.